Diablo 4 drama. Say less, Skittles. I am here.
You know, I've been spending the day thinking about this. I was reading comments from both my fellow content creators' videos on this topic, from Reddit, from live streams, and there's a whole lot of bummed out people in related
We are so close. We could kiss.
to what happened today. And I'm going to kind of break it down because I think Blizzard continues to make the same mistake over and over and over again. So what
Yeah! Blizzard has turned Diablo 4 indistinguishable, a one-for-one carbon copy of Diablo 3. They are taking the exact same step by step, which led to the absolute full-blown death of Diablo 3. And keep in mind, I'm talking about the worst kind of death for Diablo 3. Diablo 4 currently has not experienced it. But the Diablo 3's death was the most brutal thing in gaming history. It wasn't a death where people called it shit. No, it was a full death by apathy. It just got to the point where no one... Sure, some people still played it, but for the most part, no one just cared. No one cared about what's happening there. No one cared about the expansions. No one cared about anything they did, because the game was completely emotionally dead for almost everyone. And this is the same thing that's happening with Diablo 4 slowly.
actually happened and why is there drama again? Recently, Blizzard launched the Diablo 4 expansion and Season 6. Now, this was the
Yep. I did a video, I played this, and I reviewed the story. Whoever wrote this absolute atrocity against humanity, this slight to God and man, deserves to go through all 9 layers of hell twice, because it's so shit.
Vessel of Hatred expansion, which was actually pretty well received by most people. If we're being fair, there was some feedback, criticisms from myself included, around the campaign not really having the best writing, having kind of a bad cliffhanger and being a little bit maybe short. So
Arguably, the cliffhanger was the best part of the campaign because nothing else made sense. Again, I go through all of the campaign and everything happens and how nonsensical and stupid everything there is.
campaign was kind of like, it was a point of feedback people didn't really like, but most people really enjoyed the new class Spiritborn. There's some bug issues we'll talk about in just a moment. It's actually part of the discussion today, as well as the Dark Citadel was arguably...
Didn't even play Spiritborn. Never even looked in the direction of the Citadel. That's how little I cared. Play the Necromancer, enjoy the new Ultimate. Bam. That's it. Donezo. It's over.
the best piece of content they've added into the game. It's actually the most fun I've had in the game since Season 0's Lilith Kill. So with the launch of the expansion, it would be fair to say the community was feeling pretty good about the game for at least the first couple weeks while everyone absorbed the...
Bro, I mean, this is everything that's wrong with Diablo and modernism, okay? Look at this. Literally, the trope of the noble fucking savages that are in tune with the spirits, and yet none a lick of this makes even the slightest bit of sense. The spirits are stupid, worshipping the spirits is retarded, and these guys have extremely complex clothing, yet they couldn't figure out what the fuck a shirt is. God damn it, I hate current modern day life.
Expansion, it would be fair to say the community was feeling pretty good about the game for at least the first couple weeks while everyone absorbed the new content. Now, this isn't exactly new to Diablo 4's PR or the way that happens. When the new season comes out, people will typically enjoy the season for a week or two, then we start seeing criticisms, but this is exacerbated in some of the seasons. For instance, Season 2 came out and it was really well received. Had good pacing, had a cool power mechanic with the whole blood vampire sort of theme. You had this new Helltide kind of style as before they fixed the...
True, arguably the best season we have had, because it was such a monumental improvement over Season 1. But then again, Season 2 was still shit. Overall, again, this is the average. Here's Diablo 4, here's Season 1, here's Season 2. Still below average.
Helltides, it was really well received. In Season 3, probably the worst received season of all time. So you kind of get this whiplash effect.
Actually my favorite season, because they The vaults were so well designed as maps that you can traverse to. They were straightforward, no hustle, enough free spaces to feel good about yourself. Yeah, after they nerfed the traps to not be completely annoying, it was great.
Fact. So fast forward
At least the vault part. The pet part was autistic as hell.
to season 6, we get a somewhat similar effect. You can see on Twitter here, they're constantly talking about, hey, Campfire chat's coming, Campfire chat, Campfire chat,
Wow.
Campfire chat. Scroll all the way down here, even down here, Campfire chat is coming, etc. It'll let you know what's going on. Balance, tweaks, updates, and more straight from the Diablo 4 dev. Now, it's fair to say that in this Campfire chat, there is at least one thing that absolutely must be discussed, which is the hilarious balance of the current new class Spiritborn. You can type in Spiritborn Trillion and you can see videos that are Munso. They are hitting in literally quintillions now of just tons and tons of damage. We've talked about this many times in videos beforehand, but they had already stated that they're not going to do nerfs mid-season. The only stuff that they're actually going to be doing is fixing any bugs or builds that might be crashing servers and related to player experience, but they don't actually nerf mid-season. So we all kind of knew that, okay, well, Spiritborn's going to last until season 7. There's actually an interesting...
And that is stupid, because if you want to play the game and not be, the most lowest of casual players, you're going to have to end up playing the Spiritborn. There's literally no way around it.
Poll that he put up, Rod Ferguson here, that he said, do you guys want us to fix the Spiritborn or leave it as is? And even in his Twitter poll, for instance, 63% voted just leave it. They were also kind of put in a difficult position, if we're being fair. Like, they just launched a new class. People basically had to pay for the new class. They put all this time into gear, and you really had to have like specific niche gear to make all these.
They had to flat out pay for it. There's no basically.
Bugs work, etc., is they are bugged builds in order to do the tons of damage. So they kind of can't like gut it, even though it's not a nerf, it's a bug fix. It would still kind of feel bad. So their hands are kind of tied on this matter, and because of their previous promises, we all basically knew Spiritborn isn't really getting fixed until season 7. You're going to notice this entire conversation. This is what I want to focus on, because this is sort of the point of the video I'm trying to make here. This entire conversation we've had so far is about fixing a previous update. In fact, if we look real quick, here's the mid-season Campfire chat. If we scroll through the timestamps, intro starts at 30 minutes, intro, learning since launch, current state of the game, and then class balance and system updates, which is all sort of a buff.
What's the point of Blizzard trying to even balance shit at this point? Again, I have said this time and time again. They have never balanced any game properly. It hasn't happened in the history of ever. StarCraft 2, Brood War, balanced by people making maps and begging Blizzard to leave it alone. Warcraft 3, arguably the most balanced Blizzard thing ever. Literally balanced by the fact that people know the game in and out, and they know that there are strategies that counter other strategies, and there exists no such thing as just the best thing, because the skill cap is so high. Otherwise, not actually balanced also. It is what it is.
To the other classes because they're not really balanced currently at the moment, and talking about the fixes, etc., for the Spiritborn is up until 57.
World of Warcraft. I even need to have to say anything? Okay. Shit's literally never been balanced.
7 minutes. This is a 30-minute chat, which means at the end there's only 2 minutes talking about the new content that's coming, which is actually a rerun of the previous mid-season Blight. So there's actually no announcements for anything new other than just some patch notes. And I'm not going to hate on the balance changes. We need those balance changes. Me as a druid, I like seeing that my tornado is getting a new multiplier.
Blizzard already received all the money for the $90 horse and the $90 wall mount. I think Blizzard is fully understanding that, hey, they got enough people that literally don't give a shit about the quality of the game, what's happening in the game, or any of these things, and they're just gonna casually play the game and buy shit. They don't have to try anymore.
I like these things, but it's always retroactively looking back and saying, okay, we have a problem here. How do we fix it? And then the problem fix is being sold as the new content or things to look forward to. I think this is not
true. This was super apparent in season 1 and 2, where But they said, "Hey, we're doing this." Yeah, that you said that that's going to be at the start of the game, and now you're selling this as a seasonal content thing. Shut the fuck up.
Very good marketing or sales pitch when we're trying to keep hype around a game that is going off of the back of a pretty decent expansion. You should be out there announcing there's new content coming. We have a new boss, the priestess of hatred from the campaign's coming back. Maybe they're taking Mephisto and you actually get to fight
Who?
Mephisto instead of selling another expansion for it. They say, you know what? Mephisto himself, you're actually going to fight him. He's coming season 7. This is a comment off Woody Joe's. Look at this. This campfire could have been an emo. I mean, basically. And unfortunately, if you read the comments, like this is on his video, most of these comments are extremely negative. But if we look at the comments on Rax's video, for instance, I mean, he's a pretty positive fellow out there making content. People seem to like Rax. All of the comments here are very negative pretty much. Well, it's like, yeah, this is kind of like nothing new, nothing fun, nothing exciting. Okay, how about Riker's video? Campfire suggested they just wanted to move to Season 7. Season 6 equals dead. My argument is not that the game is suddenly trash, like a day after, because they just announced, like, nothing really hype in the Campfire chat. It's still the same state. I actually think Season 6 and the expansion are still pretty fun.
Also, what exactly is Season 6, by the way? What is the Season 6 mechanic? I played it, but I can't remember it. Oh, the Realm Walk. Yeah, the Realm Walkers. That's the mechanic. Yeah, might as well not exist. Fuck off.
It's that the perception from the people that have continued to play the game since either the beginning of the game's launch itself or from Season 6 are now looking forward to what's going to be coming in Season 7, and more or less the announcement of Season 7 is fixing our oopsie daisies in Season 6. Maybe we'll have an armory. It's going to be Season 7, Season of the Armory will probably end up being the theme.
Oh boy.
Isn't really like the best sales pitch to keep those.
I mean, again, for the audience that's left for Blizzard, it is the best sales pitch. Because at this point, again, everyone has left. Everyone who is not bored out of their fucking minds, or a hardcore Diablo 4 player, God have mercy on those pitiful souls, is gone. And chances are they're not gonna be back. Chances are they're not gonna be back.
Players in the game during Season 6. Everyone's just going to dust off their hands, say, all right, looks like we're done, and we'll check out Season 7. And that could literally be the plan. I mean, it is an ARPG, it is seasonal. It could be like, hey, we're done. Season 6 was a hit. The expansion did pretty well. Let's call it a day, boys. We see in Season 7, nothing's really coming to the game other than we're rerunning an event. And if that's how you want to play it, well, fair enough. It's not my game. That is a decision that can be made. But I can tell you that I see from the people in my chat, from the comments that I'm seeing on people's videos, we could even pull up Reddit. Thing could have been an email vibe. I thought this one was pretty funny. An hour-long stream to announce the actual stream happening next week. What the fuck? This thread is a guy doing a summary. Then this person just says summary disappointing. Scroll down here. Useless, redundant campfire chat. Absolutely nothing beyond. Just wait till the next season. So, I mean, you can kind of see, why did they even have the chat? A whole bunch of, oh boy, we can't tell you what we're working on, but we can tell you until the next chat. It's almost like
probably yet again something taken from Diablo 3. If you want to know what's the next season mechanic, just look at Diablo 3. It's gonna be a blatant ripoff of that, or a 1-for-1 copy.
The expansion. This is the expansion to announce that Mephisto is coming in the next expansion. This was the Campfire chat to announce that a Campfire chat is coming. But again, I actually like the transparency and communication. I don't think that's as big of a deal. But this comment right here is exactly what I'm talking about. Season 7 is shaping up to look like another season of balance changes and zero depth added to the game. Why would you balance a season as big as VOH is supposed to be around bugs? So do you see the...
Oh no, this is such a sad comment. This person actually hopes for change, but again, I said that the game is effectively dead the moment they decide to get rid of damage on Tuesdays. Because the reality is, every good game has damage on fucking Tuesdays while it's raining, while there's a double rainbow, and while your mom's boyfriend's boyfriend is sucking your dick. Okay? Every good game has that. Now, the difference between Diablo 4 and good games is those good games have ways of making it exactly that anytime you please. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and bam! Congratulations, it's Tuesday, bitch. whenever you want. Diablo 4, though, it had just damage on Tuesdays, but it was always Saturday. That was the problem. They never gave you tools to make it Tuesday. The itemization options were not bad. They were just incomplete in the way that they didn't make sense because some of them had no use because you just had blatantly better upgrades because there was no complexity. And this person now wants depth into this fucking game, which has been completely and utterly removed for all eternity. This is the deepest and the most complex Diablo 4 will ever be. It can literally never move past this depth. Unless you have to play fucking Minesweeper while being a greater Rift, it's never gonna have more depth. It's over. There is nothing that they can add that will make the game more complex. They can just add new endgame shit that's gonna do the typical fucking Blizzard patented move of taking something that exists and making it useless so the other thing does something now. And this has been happening constantly. From gray items not mattering, to blue items not mattering, to yellow items not mattering, to legendaries not mattering, to anything that is not a greater affix legendary not mattering. Again, Diablo 4 has, throughout all of its existence, whenever they have added something new, they have cannibalized something that already exists. At one point in this fucking game, running Nightmare Dungeons was the end game. Now no one even runs Nightmare Dungeons because they're a fucking waste of oxygen and they're bad. There you go. They don't fix problems. They create a new thing and completely forget that the old thing exists.
How would you balance a season as big as VOH is supposed to be around bugs? So do you see the perception that happens from gentlemen like this man, where he's excited by the game, he's playing the game, he's on the Reddit, for God's sake, almost 2 years after the game's already been out, he's still on the Reddit using the Reddit, so he's obviously a player of the game, and his perception is Season 7 is just shaping up to be a season...
Well, he's a Redditor. It's not like he can actually play anything more complex than Diablo 4 effectively.
The balance changes. So best case scenario, this is all wrong, everyone's disappointment here will be in vain because the next Campfire chat when they come out is like, hey, we couldn't talk about it yet because we didn't know if we could get it done in time. But Season 7, new Pinnacle boss, Mephisto fights.
Soon we're going to be at the point where Season 7 comes out and we're going to be talking about, oh, Season 9 is going to be epic, boys. Oh!
Actually coming. We have new events, new unique items, maybe a new mythic. We've added a crafting layer. You know,
maybe a new $90 horse. Or 5. Maybe 150 epic horse. Special portal skins for only $75. Nice. Yeah, that's probably the future.
Real, juicy, meaty content. Though I would like to see in Season 7 a power-based mechanic like we had in Season 2, even though I didn't like Season 3, we had this in Season 3 as well. Something that you can actually use to build out your character as opposed to just acquiring something that we already have in the game. Basically, it can be summed up in this. This is just a patch. The announcement is literally just a small patch saying that they're going to fix a bug later. There's some buffs to some of the...
Almost feels like the end of the video, but there's still 8 minutes.
classes. Nothing really new is coming.
Okay.
I do think deflating the hype is something that they've continually done since the beginning of the game and is the most classic Blizzard mistake with Diablo 4. Season 0 or Season 1 launches, nerf all the armor stats into the ground. Season 2 comes out, people are feeling pretty good. Season 3, deliver the vaults, and everyone fucking hates them, so they have to fix and buff them. We do this roller coaster of good thing, disappointment. Good thing, disappointment. Fix the disappointment, people are excited by the fix. Disappointment again, fix it, now it's kind of in a good state. But we never have like 2 in a row of something really good and then they just double down and they hit it out of the park, bases are loaded.
What, DM, what the fuck is your background music? I'm sorry, am I in my favorite prostitute's house? What is it, this small, chill, relaxed type of vibe-ish fucking music, okay? What? Am I gonna get a massage with a happy ending here?
Which is the scenario here. It's like, hey guys, you had a pretty good expansion, mostly well received, good content. You've been doing better
Yeah, definitely prostitute house music vibes.
communication lately. I was happy to be able to come up and say, you know what, I quite liked these updates. I had a good time. It was probably the most enjoyable that I have had in Diablo 4. And then 2 weeks before Path of Exile 2, you just kind of announced we have nothing coming. Like, it's just not really a smart move. Your competitor is releasing a major game.
I mean, nothing they have done in Diablo 4 has been a smart, arguably.
People are you announce nothing's coming. People are just going to play your competitor's game for a while. And then season 7, if it's
Well, to be fair, they're gonna play your competitor's game no matter what.
whole nothing burger, they're going to continue to play the competitor's game. Season 7, I'm talking the seasonal mechanic should be quite good. Because if you remember season 6, it's basically this seasonal reputation system here. And the bonus, the seasonal mechanic, was the Realm Walkers. Well, the Realm Walkers were up there with season 3 in terms of boring seasonal mechanics. Like, you literally do an escort mission for the Realm Walkers. The rewards were kind of cool. Everyone liked the opos, but the only reason season 6 didn't actually get flamed was because the expansion had rune words and new class, mercenaries, and new campaigns, etc. Everyone was busy with the expansion. Make no
Mercenaries suck. Rune words are stupid.
mistake, season 6 was a miss in terms of the actual mechanic. So season 7, for a seasonal mechanic, needs to actually be a banger, not a filler, because the filler was actually the season 06 mechanic, and the people that don't even buy the expansion got a very boring season. Seasonal mechanics are extremely important. If you remember season 2, you had this really cool power-based mechanic. We need to go back to these. At some point, we went from season 1 gives you,
What a shit mechanic, though, in retrospect, by the way. What an absolute fucking disaster of a mechanic in retrospect. The activation costs were fucking dumb. The leveling up of this crap was dumb. Yes, just that's it. That's it. There you go. Fuck this.
these things, these sockets, you put these malignant hearts in there and it gives you new power. Season
Most, only a couple of these powers actually mattered. I mean, it's better than nothing, but, a borrowed power system like this,
2, you get these blood powers. We went from like having power-based mechanics to farming-based mechanics, which the season just does this new event that you go and you farm, and it just gives you the same shit that's already in the game. People like these power-based mechanics. In my opinion, season 7 needs to...
Yeah, arguably, well, not arguably. Flat out best mechanic, even though in retrospect it is stupid.
Go back to the concept of actually making the seasons important. You still need to have patches delivering content. You still need to have bosses added to the game, unique items, mythic and balance changes. You still need that. But we are somewhat forgetting the importance of seasonal mechanics in an ARPG, where the whole reason people come back and then leave the game and come back and leave the game on all of the ARPGs is to try out the new seasons. Do a test real quick. Do you remember what season 4's mechanic was?
No? Reworking? Remastering?
Can you remember it?
Items?
It was the season of the Loot Reborn.
Oh,
There
yeah!
was actually no
I was pretty pissed about this one.
seasonal mechanic. They had reintroduced and reworked a previous part of the game. So
Which is hilarious because this is not a seasonal mechanic. This is a bug this is a fix for something people complain about. This was the epitome of you're not getting a season, dipshit. You're gonna eat shit and love it. Okay? Here's sprinkles on your poop. Enjoy it. And if you dare say anything, we're gonna kill you. Ah, great stuff. I'm getting tired. 10 out of 10, that was our boy Dark Microtransactions DM, the Skittleizer. Have a nice day. Bye.